Okay. I hope this isn't getting boring. Guys, are we getting tired of this? Let me know. I did go back in after my last post. I did go back in and re-bleach it again. So the chunk that was right here is mostly gone. Just this teeny patch right here. And this side is fixed. Relatively. Hopefully when I re-dye it, you won't be able to see it like you can now. Because you weren't able to see it when I first dyed it pink the second time. Cute! This side is not as prominent. Oh my god. Earthquake. This is either gonna make or break or ruin my fucking hair because that is red. That is red. Problem the first time I bleached my hair was that the red wasn't lifting, and then we had a problem with the blue not lifting, but I'm gonna mix it with pink. I don't know if this is gonna be enough to cover my whole head. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna have to dilute it with conditioner. Like there's no way. I'm gonna scoop it all out and then I'm gonna go grab the conditioner from my bathroom. This shit is such a fucking mess. I feel like Josie K right now. Do I count as less or more qualified? I think I count as like the same level of qualified. Because I was watching one of Josie K's videos the other day where she like fucked up her bleach job, and that is just me. That's how I felt about my bleach job. Because like this looks so uneven, but that's only because I'm growing out the black. Every time I do my hair, my sister's like, you need to get more black. No. The whole point of this is to grow out the black box dye that we can clearly see does not lift. And my Walmart has no Manic Panic in stock. Zero zip, nada. It's like they saw me walk in, they're like, hide it, hide it, hide it. So I actually have a story time for you guys. You guys want to hear the story about how I almost quit my fucking job? I think I'm still thinking really hard about it. Honestly, I'm gonna have to set up my commission system. I've been working on a commission sheet for like months and I can't commit to the bit. I'll start a drawing, I'll get really angry and I'll stop. And I've done the same thing with animations too. My other account where I posted like 2 animations. Oh my god, I actually can't. It's not that I don't have time. I definitely do. I have quite a bit of time. I just sleep all day. I just can't commit. I'll mess one thing up and then I'll get frustrated and I'll just quit. I need to get back on topic. Hold on. First of all. Wait, let me show you guys my press-ons before I destroy them. Oh, they're cat eye, so they changed to green. I put this sweater on because it was freezing, and then the second I sat down to talk to you guys, it was scorching hot, so we're stripping. This is what it's looking like. Oh, that was almost really bad. I'm gonna stir it and we're gonna see what happens, and then I'm gonna probably add conditioner. My sister used some of my pink, that's why I don't have enough. I bought myself 2 and my sister bought me 1, and then she went and she used the 1. No, it's so red. Gosh, is there any more pink I can get out of this? This is like really scaring me. Okay. Let's go on a little field trip and see if I have any conditioner that is white. It has to be specifically white conditioner. Oh my god. Sweet Jesus. Okay. Do we think that's white? It's like kind of clear. It's not thick. The other one's green. Is there anything under the sink? No, it's just body fucking coconut vanilla. Who do I look like? Who the fuck bought coconut vanilla? This is like the other bottle of conditioner that's like half empty. But we're gonna see what it do. This smells so good. I love Herbal Essence. It smells so yummy. See, look how red this is. I don't want my hair to be red. Come out. I want it to be pink. Because if I do it red, then the pink isn't gonna... I'm scared. Dude, this shit smells so good. I know I added so much red, but it's like, come on. Come on, the pink isn't gonna show up at all. There's like nothing left. I wiped this bitch clean. I've already mixed it, so like there's like no going back. It's not in my head yet, but it's like I already mixed it. I can't really put it back in the container because this is what the color's looking like. How did I forget I was gonna tell y'all about how I almost quit my job? Okay, people keep asking me where I work. If I'm being honest, you can find some context clues on my Instagram, but I'm not gonna go out and just tell you because my sister snitched out my YouTube. My sister snitched out my YouTube. One of my managers was like, "You're really good at storytelling." I was like, I was stunned. I was like, what are you talking about? This is so bright and then this is so fucking, like, what the fuck? Just hope it fades. Okay. And I was like, so I'm at work. I haven't even clocked in yet. I clock in. Mind you, I'm gonna give you the rundown of the worst shift of my life. I clock in. Immediately, I want back cash. I fucking hate back cash. The back cash register is so overstimulating, especially if you don't know how to have two conversations at once, because you'll be taking an order while cashing someone else out, which means you have to make sure that their order is right, and then you have to also take someone else's order, and then your manager walks up and your manager's talking to you while you're doing all those things, and then they want you to mop, and then you're trying to make sweet tea while also trying to wash the dishes. Nightmare. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. I'm on back cash, overstimulated. Okay. Yeah. My coworker who's gonna take my position, she comes up and she's like, she's waiting to clock in. I'm like right next to the clock in station. She's just waiting to clock in. And my GM is like, so what are the names of our new drinks? And my coworker goes, I don't know, because she wasn't trained. She is mostly back cash. That's all she does. Her position every single day of the week that she works is back cash. She's the back cash person. So she's like, I don't know. The GM starts fucking screaming at her like, I gave you the booklet. You were supposed to look at it when you got home. Mind you, we are not paid off the clock to train. All training gets done in the building. They tell you that when they hire you. They show you that when they're training you, when they hire you. And when we get new stuff, they are required to show us. They hosted a few little classes for a few coworkers. Who went to those classes? Not me. And not the coworker who was getting screamed at. He sits there screaming at her for not knowing the drinks for like 25 minutes, okay? And then she clocks in and takes my position. I'm walking up to the front. Nothing is done. All the trash cans overflowing. There is 6 bags of food waiting to be taken out to parked cars, just sitting there, getting cold. They don't really give me a position. In fact, everyone ignores the fact that I'm there. Is there hope? Is there hope for that? That's so cute with pink. Oh my god. Whatever. I get up front. Mind you, nothing's working in the building. They are working on the wires and all the freaking the specifics. Nothing's working in the building. They immediately send me on break. I'm waiting for my food. Screaming baby. Cool. Amazing. Not my cup of tea. I'm just waiting for my food so I can go sit in the back and mind my business. He's screaming at them. I get back from break. I put myself on the fry station since no one's there. I'm filling the fries. The GM just so happens to be up in the front with everyone else. The GM then signals my manager. My manager comes over and dumps all of my fries out. All of them. You're filling them too much. Mind you, I have filled them like that since the beginning of time and no one has said a word to me. The GM even called me the fry princess. Over there again, they're like, you're filling it too much. So she dumps all the fries out. Do it again. I do it again. Still too much. I do it again. Barely anything in the box. You're supposed to fill it like that. Are we rationing for the Great Potato Famine? What the fuck are you? Fries are like $6 for a large. And you're rationing the fries like it's a potato famine. 20 minutes later, the GM goes back up there. If no one knows these drinks by tomorrow, you're fired. If I ask you tomorrow to name off these drinks that we're not supposed to be selling till next month, you're fired. No one takes them seriously. Because no one fucking cares. If someone were to ask you on the drive-thru what the drinks were, there's a thing above your register that tells you. If someone were to ask you on the front counter what the drinks were, you could just look at the fucking kiosk, okay? So when the GM is going through the building like, if you don't know these drinks by tomorrow and studying on your free time that we're not paying you to do, you're fired. Babes, fire me. You can already tell the GM's having a bad fucking day. No one knows why. GM is just going off on everybody. I get put on this imaginary position that they made up. No other else has this position. He's like, I need all of this wiped down and scrubbed by the time I get back. In the next 30 minutes, if this is not scrubbed, you're fired. He was talking to an employee that was off the clock. I was like, hey, so I'm actually in the position you're talking to right now? You should be talking to me. My other manager comes over and she's like, you need to do this, 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 and this. And he comes back in 30 minutes. Okay, nice. I get to scrubbing. Hands and knees in the lobby, scrubbing the fucking walls. Scrubbing the walls. Someone's shooting up in our dumpster. Of course they are. But you want to know what that takes? The whole police force, apparently, because there was like 7 cops in the building while I'm sitting on my fucking hands and knees scrubbing the fucking walls. Yes, yes. My coworker comes back. The kid that was screaming in the lobby from before I went on break just left with their family. Milk everywhere. Milk on the floor, on the booth, on the ground, on the table, on the fucking windowsill. Milk everywhere. And the milk is everywhere, and they didn't even bother cleaning up. They didn't even take their shit to the trash can. There was cups, there was trays, there was fucking milk on everything. Same time, an entire family comes in, and none of them know how to use the kiosk. So my coworker, whose position I'm still in because he just got back, he's not had a chance to get back in his position, he's helping them while I'm cleaning up this gargantuan amount of milk. While there's police, while there's a guy shooting up heroin in the dumpster. Just your usual day at work, I guess. After a while, they free me from the shackles of the position I was put in, and they put me in the window. I get in the window, and for some reason, the fucking drive-through drink maker is not working. The large cups are coming out by 4s, which means they get stuck, which means they crumple, which means the loud-ass alarm goes off, which means you have to rip them out and set them to the side and do it again. It does it for 6 drinks, which means I'm holding up the drive-through crazy amount. Finally, 2 small cups come out. I go to make these sweet teas. I forgot there were sweet teas going. There's actually sweet tea all over the floor and the counter because I forgot they were going. Because why are they behind you? For one day, they had them in the front because we were cleaning, and it was so much more convenient that I could look at it while also serving the customer, while also making the other drinks. So tell me why we have it behind us. Was that benefiting? My coworker already has a mop made. My other coworker sees the mess I made and grabs a towel. Coworker's cleaning up the counter, and I'm grabbing the mop. I'm mopping. Drive-thru's full. No managers on the fucking floor. No one knows where the managers went. So I bring the mop back to the bucket. The mop hits the ice scoop and the stainless steel ice scoop holder, and it hits the ground. The loudest bang you've ever heard. Loudest bang. The loudest. Especially when you're in like a rush. It's like when you yell sandwich at a pigeon. Like all of them just go. So at this point, everyone on the clock is staring at me because I just knocked the ice scoop on the floor, and I just spilt sweet tea everywhere, and I just fucked up all the drive-through cups. So by this point, they took me out of the window. They're like, yeah, no more. I get put on the front counter. But after the day I've had, I'm tired of it. But it just so happens that the day before, they cut me 4 hours early. I left not even halfway through my shift. They were like, go home. I was like, can I not? They're like, no, someone has to go and it's gonna be you. Of course it is. My hours went from 45 to 32. Great. Yes, just what we wanted. So I tell the manager that cut me, I said, hey, I work tomorrow. Is there a chance we can make a little deal? You cut me now, like I don't get cut tomorrow? Sure. Mind you, that deal happened the day before. We're now on the second day where everything just happened. And the manager looks at me, he goes, go home. I go, hey, we had a bet. You said you weren't gonna send me home today, since you sent me home like 4 hours early the day before. And by this point, I've already had one of my shifts taken, so I'm already like 12 hours in the ditch. My bad. We have to cut somebody. There's no one else I can cut. So if you didn't cut the person who didn't get off until 6 hours later and instead cut someone else, you would have someone to cut. That's not me. I clock out because at this point, I'm not going to argue with the manager. I don't get paid enough. I don't get paid enough to look or care or anything. But I did forget a detail. While they had me on that back cash register, my other manager looks at me. Check your app. 50-cent raise. Half a whole dollar. That was the only good thing to come out of that day. I still haven't looked at that booklet. I still haven't learned those drinks. I was never trained. But you want to know what they did do instead? After hosting their little training classes, they made another imaginary position. Another position for my coworkers who get paid more than me to stand in and do less. It's just what I needed. But that's okay, because they let me call off my annual 10 days. Last year, I did like a once a day upload while I was there, and it was great. I had to take half of them down for personal reasons. But me and Jazzy are going again. But this time, we're gonna be bad. We're both turning 18. We're both becoming legal adults. We're having no adult supervision. And we're gonna be by the beach. We're both gonna get pierced, tatted, fucking everything. Everything my parents and her parents have said no to for the past 4 years, you best believe your sweet ass, it's getting done. So that's basically what I'm gonna get up to as well, because there's no way you're gonna tell me no to a septum piercing since I was 13. I'm 17 now. You would think, oh, she's like, oh, she's aged like 4 years and she's still asking for the same thing. Let's start a family argument at Christmas. Yes, yes, yes. All because my 17-year-old daughter asks for a septum piercing. Let's start an argument. Yes. So let's just avoid the argument altogether, be a grown adult, and get it ourselves. But I have a question that I doubt anyone's gonna answer because I have been getting no views because I've not been consistent. I wanna get a septum, duh. I was thinking maybe bridge, I don't know. I look crazy from the side. My side profile is no comment. I try my best to pretend it doesn't exist. So you're gonna pretend it doesn't exist too. I was thinking maybe snake bites, maybe a vertical labrae. Jazzy's gonna get an eyebrow piercing. Basically, yeah, that was my nightmare shift. If I come in contact with the GM again and that same thing happens, if not worse, or he yells at me or tells me that I'm gonna get fired if I don't know the drinks, I'm gonna quit my job. And my dad said it was fine. You wanna know one of the rules my GM actually tried to implement? My GM, they have a rule, obviously, that you can't leave anything in the break room, like drinks, anything. You can't trash the break room, that's duh. But instead of continuously telling everyone this and reinforcing the rule, my GM said, hey, just start slinging shit around the break room and make them clean it up. They'll learn real fast. My dad was like, if he slings shit at you, sling it back. And I will. Expect me not to act a fucking fool. If I don't respect my parents when they don't respect me, I'm sure as hell not gonna respect a random grown-ass man at my young ho job. Fire me or I quit. Let's find out which happens first. My hair is getting so long, look. Dude, and another thing, this is gonna be so random, but I feel like since we're on the topic of my job, I have to say something about it. My fucking ops, they are so weird. They like come in and fucking stare at me. They tried to call, when I first got my job, they were like, you're gonna get fat, you're gonna get fat, you're gonna get fat. So I'm at the point where I feel like they just come in to see if I get fat or not. But guess what? I'm still not fucking fat. What if I just start getting real bold real fast, guys? What if I just tell you about my snapping point and I just start losing my fucking mind and become the most problematic person in the world? It gets really ridiculous really fast. If you're by this part, there's probably like 35 minutes I've had to cut out of just me straight up talking shit about people who fucking hate me. I'm feeling very problematic today. It's been a long fucking week. This is just an experiment. I did, for people who were actually curious, I did like 1 part hot pink and like 2 parts vampire red with some conditioner. That's the mixture. Makes my eyes look fucking crazy though. Hello. Ooh, okay, well. So actually, I was trying to rinse it until the water ran clear. I shampooed like 3 times, it was not running clear. I look like I got punched in the eye. I made my sister buy me this. On the bad side of things, I look like Hot Root Billie Eilish. Not an insult. Good side of news, it does blend with the parts of my hair that literally would not bleach. So it looks way more symmetrical down here. It literally looks like pink cosplaying red. Like if I stand over here, it kind of looks like pink, but if I'm in the light, it looks like red. It'll probably be brighter when it dries, as always. But this is the damage we did. Oh, that looks disgusting. I'm gonna get back to my man mansplays car to dumb stupid woman. Yeah.